Today we're going to take you into one of the most terrifying and fascinating phenomena on Earth, volcanoes. But not just any volcanoes. Today we're going to talk about 10 volcanoes with the darkest, scariest, and strangest stories in human history. Volcanoes that in some cases wiped out civilizations in just a few hours, some that changed the climate and fate of an entire continent, and others that still breathe quietly like a sleeping monster beneath the feet of millions of people. This countdown starts from number 10 and leads us to the volcano that holds the darkest story ever recorded on our planet. So stay with us until the end of the video, because number 1 is something you definitely don't want to miss. Before we begin our journey, if you enjoy this kind of content, give us a like right now so we can continue this series. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and keep the bell on. Alright, ready? Let's go to number 10. Number 10. Mauna Loa, the calmest yet most hidden threat. In Hawaii, Mauna Loa has always shown a calm and silent face. But it's exactly this calmness that makes its story the darkest. Instead of massive explosions, Mauna Loa produces broad, quiet eruptions. Lava flows that sometimes travel for kilometers, often before people even realize the eruption has begun. A threat in silence. Number 9. Fuego, the silent volcano that deceived people. The Fuego volcano in Nicaragua was dormant for years. Everyone believed it was dead. Houses, farms, and even schools were built right next to its crater. But its sudden and brief eruption destroyed everything. A wave of ash burst out of the mountain like a storm, showing that nothing is more dangerous than trusting a quiet volcano. Number 8. Etna, a volcano that seems to have a soul. In Italy, Etna is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. But what makes its story dark are its strange and unpredictable behaviors. Nights when it turns the sky red without any major eruption, sounds rising from the earth, like the breathing of a living creature, and short, unexpected explosions. These features have led locals to say Etna has a soul that shifts between calm and rage. Number 7. Sakurajima, living in the shadow of a monster. In Japan, Sakurajima is almost never quiet. The city of Kagoshima lies just a few kilometers away, and people wake up every day to tremors, explosions, and showers of ash. Yet despite this constant threat, life goes on. People shop, work, children go to school, all while an active volcano looms above them like a waking monster. This contrast makes Sakurajima one of the darkest stories of coexistence between humans and nature. Number 6. Yellowstone, an unawakened supervolcano. The Yellowstone volcano in the United States is one of the largest and most dangerous volcanoes in the world, not because of its past, but because of its future. If this supervolcano ever awakens, it could transform a huge part of the continent. Small earthquakes and the swelling of the ground are like the quiet breaths of a giant creature. A monster not yet awakened, but everyone knows one day it will. Yellowstone has erupted massively 3 times. About 2.1 million years ago, 1.3 million years ago, and 640,000 years ago. The last eruption created a caldera 50 by 30 miles wide. The last known volcanic activity in this area occurred about 70,000 years ago. Today, there are more than 1,000 hot springs, including about 500 geysers that periodically erupt, shooting columns of hot water and steam into the air. The dark story of Yellowstone is the story of humanity's most likely future catastrophe. Number 5. Pele, a city turned to ash in minutes. In 1902, Mount Pelée produced one of the deadliest eruptions in history, wiping out the city of Saint-Pierre in the Caribbean in just minutes. A pyroclastic flow of superheated gas and ash raced down the mountain at incredible speed, killing about 30,000 people with almost no chance to escape. The heat and gases were so intense that much of the city burned and collapsed. The only survivor was a prisoner locked in a stone underground cell, whose thick walls shielded him from the deadly wave. This tragedy is now considered one of the classic examples of volcanic destruction in history. Number 4. Unzen, the volcano that lied for years. In Japan, Mount Unzen was dormant for decades. People thought the danger was gone, but in 1991, it unleashed one of the deadliest pyroclastic flows, superheated gas, ash, and rock moving at extreme speed. A fiery cloud raced downhill at about 200 kilometers per hour, burning everything in its path. Unzen is a reminder that the worst dangers often hide behind the safest appearances. Number 3. Krakatoa in Indonesia. The sound that circled the Earth 4 times. The 1883 eruption of Krakatoa was one of the most violent explosions ever recorded. The sound was heard up to 5,000 kilometers away. Tsunami waves killed tens of thousands of people. Witnesses reported the sky turning strange shades of blue-green for days. The island was destroyed. But years later, it rose again from beneath the sea. Krakatoa is a symbol of Earth's ruthless fury. The explosion was so powerful that the pressure wave circled the globe 4 times. Ash and particles from the eruption caused sunsets and sunrises around the world to appear in eerie shades of red and purple for months afterward. Number 2. Tambora in Indonesia. The eruption that plunged the world into darkness. The 1815 eruption of Tambora was the largest volcanic explosion ever recorded. But its dark story goes beyond the blast. This eruption sent about 100 cubic kilometers of ash and gas into the atmosphere. Between 71,000 and 90,000 people in Indonesia died, and its climatic effects spread famine and disease across the globe. Ash rose into the stratosphere, the sun dimmed, and the world entered the year without a summer. Temperatures dropped, crops failed, and massive famine struck large parts of the world. Tambora is one of the rare cases where a volcano managed to alter the climate of the entire planet. Number 1. Vesuvius in southern Italy, the city that killed time. At the top of the list lies the darkest volcanic story in history. Vesuvius. In 79 AD, a massive eruption wiped out the cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum in just hours. During the eruption, Vesuvius sent a colossal cloud of ash and superheated gas 33 kilometers into the sky, releasing energy equal to 100,000 Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombs. People had no time to flee. They were frozen where they stood, turned into statues. Today, when you walk into Pompeii, the stone-like bodies remain in their final positions, as if Vesuvius didn't just stop a city, but stopped time itself. And the scarier part? Vesuvius is still active, and millions of people continue to live under its shadow. Its last major eruption was in March 1944, destroying several villages and killing at least 26 people. Since then, it has been quiet, but it remains an active volcano. These 10 volcanoes hold some of the darkest stories on Earth. Some warn us with their past, some threaten us with their silence, and others still wait for the moment to begin their nightmare. Volcanoes remind us that Earth is alive, and we live on a thin crust beneath which a world of fire and fury flows. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and tell us which dark story would you like the next episode to cover.